All right, guys, let's be honest. The reason you're not able to get the muscles you want, to unlock the physique you want, and to embed the confidence that you could actually deliver the results you tell yourself is simply because of this one thing. You're not having the proper nutrition. So, today I want to break down not only your nutrition, but how to go about your meal planning, structuring your meals, how many meals you eat in a day, the macros, the calories. I want to break down everything for you. So, guys, this is probably the number one thing, if not the most important thing to achieve your fitness goals. And I want to break it down step by step, detail by detail. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome back to the channel. If you are someone who's been to the channel, welcome back again. I'm very excited to drop this video because I think this is something my younger self would have loved to see, is basically dropping down the full nutrition guide A to Z. Exactly what I need to know, how I need to know it, the information, step-by-step guide, the full essential 9 yards, and I'm really excited to break that down today. If you guys don't know me, again, I've been doing my fitness journey for around 7 years. If you've seen my socials, I've unlocked a very aesthetic, dream physique. So I've want to essentially give, essentially help people along their journey, along their fitness journey, and to really provide everything I need on my end to give you the results you want, to become the best version of yourself, to unlock the results you want, and to unlock your true potential. So again, guys, let's get right to it. Let's break down the nutrition hack 101, and let's give you everything you need. So guys, when we're breaking down our nutrition, we have to realize that nutrition is simply 80% of the work. Training's only 20. So if you're training 20% out of 20%, you get the, you got the full bar of it, and your nutrition is crap, you're not going to go anywhere. So guys, think about it like this. If you're putting gasoline in a car, and the gasoline you put in a car kind of sucks, it just doesn't drive right. It just doesn't, the car's not going to where you want to be. It's always breaking down. Are you essentially getting to your spot the quickest and fastest way possible? Probably not. I mean, you're going to the repair shop. You're just not delivering the results you told yourself you essentially were, because you're not fueling the body with the right nutrients, with the right, gasoline, if you were to call for the example. It's the same as, the gym and unlocking your physique. You need the right gasoline in your car to allow you to get to the distance you want, to allow you to operate at the best, and to essentially, perform and do everything you need up to your speed, up to your standards, and up essentially what you want to do and achieve. And if you're not doing it, then you don't deserve to get to the destination. So I want to break down to why the nutrition's so hard, and kind of give you a few easy frameworks to operationalize around. So guys, when we're talking about our nutrition, it's very important we understand our maintenance calories. So our maintenance calories are the backbone of how we're going to either shred fat, build muscle, or do a full body recomp. Those are the big three, because I think that covers predominantly almost everything, if not, maybe the small nuances if you want to tweak something. But when we're talking about this, guys, to understand how we're going to do any of those three, we have to understand our maintenance calories. And the way we go about understanding our maintenance calories essentially is tracking our weight. So what I want you guys to do, step number one, is to track your weight for 5 days. Track it every morning and see what your weight's at. Second thing, what I want you to do is go into MyFitnessPal. Start logging all your foods. If you don't know how many calories your foods are, watch a fitness watch a video that says intro to MyFitnessPal. How do I scan? How do I implement grams? It's very basic, very easy, and it gives you a great understanding on how to do this stuff. So guys, once we get that and we know our maintenance calories, for example, is 2,000, we're off to go. Now we can move to step three. But let me just actually backtrack, give you a little pro tip. If you see that your weight is actually increasing each day, you're probably going to want to knock down the calories. Of course, do this for 5 days and just do it as you eat. Don't change the way you eat. Just do it regularly as you would any other day. But if you're seeing you're really gaining a substantial amount of weight, probably knock down the calories, because it means you're going over your maintenance calories. Same thing vice versa. If you're not eating enough, increase your calories to get to that standard point. But you need to understand where you're at. So what I recommend, do it for 5 days. If you want, just track for 3 days and then make those adjustments as you go and see what happens, if it goes up or down. But that should give you a good ballpark or a good range of where you're at. Next part, what I want you to do, we have to understand, are we going to, build muscle, shred fat, or do a body recomp? This is understanding our goal. What's our goal? Are we trying to, pack on that muscle? Are we trying to shred fat? What are we doing? So once you answer that question, you can then take the next step, which essentially is doing a calorie increase or calorie decrease. Of course, guys, for for building muscle, you're going to increase. If you're doing a lean bulk, I recommend 200 to 300 calories, or if you're doing a standard bulk, 500 to 600 calories over. If we want to go down to shredding fat, what I suggest is anywhere from between 300 to 500 calories, depending on how you feel. If you feel you're slashing your calories too much, try to increase the carb intake and cut back on the cardio. So those are good ballparks. We kind of answered the question on how we get our calories, our maintenance calories, what we go about, some details on if it's not, going up or down, and essentially where we need to be at this point. So I hope that's very clear. Now let's break on to the next point. How many meals we eat in a day? This is the number one question I get, and let me give you this perspective on it. The number of meals should only complement your lifestyle. So for me, I'm very busy throughout the day, and I know eating takes a lot of my time. So I stick to one big meal and one snack. But it doesn't matter how many meals you eat, how many snacks you have, as long as you equal the total amount of calories. So say my total calories for the day is 2,000, I could break up to three meals. Maybe it's 600, 600, 600, and a snack of 200. Or I could do a big meal, 1,500 calories, and a snack of 500. It doesn't matter. Just make sure your calories hit it. So now we answered the question about how many meals. Just do that for anything. I hope that's very simple. I made it very easy. Now let's break down the macro portions. So again, guys, your macro portions tie into essentially what your plan is. So when your plan is essentially you want to build muscle, there's certain models you're going to use. For your core macros, let me just give you a brief overview. You have your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. Your proteins are 4 calories per 1 gram. Your carbs are 4 calories per 1 gram, and your fats are 9 calories per 2 grams per 1 gram. And our macros are very important because proteins essentially are the building blocks of muscles. Carbs are the glycogen to gives us energy, and the fats regulate our hormone health. So, guys, when we talk about protein, of course, you have to tailor these specifically towards your plan. So, if you're building muscle, you're shredding fat, or a body recomp, each one has their own specific guidelines. But a general rule of frame for each one is when you're doing your protein, you should always have a minimum of 1 gram per lbs of body weight. So essentially, if you weigh 150 pounds, you're going to eat 150 grams. Of course, this may fluctuate up or down depending on your goal, but this is a good benchmark you should generally aim for. For your complex carbs, again, guys, your complex carbs you usually backfill at the end of calculating your proteins first. You then do your fat, which is usually 20 to 30% of your calories to be healthy because it's your hormone health, all your testosterone levels, all that good stuff. And then the remaining calories are usually your carbs. But when we talk about your carbs, it's very important to understand that your carbs are essentially the building blocks of your energy, how you feel in a day. And if you're filling it with crap, you're gonna feel like crap. So instead of just eating candy, soda, pretzels, why don't we move from that to more complex carbs? Maybe we're eating quinoa, maybe we're eating sweet potatoes, maybe we're eating, 100% whole wheat bread, white rice, you name it, stuff like that. And what it does is it increases our energy level. So we get a lot more energy. We feel, we're satisfied throughout the day. We feel full longer, feel better, be at our best, and perform the best. Think of it like the gasoline in the car. You need really good and strong carbohydrates to fuel your workouts and to fuel the energy you have in through the day. And then your fats, guys, your fats are always 2x the calories of your proteins and carbs. Remember, it's the 9 to 1, and your proteins and your carbs are 4 to 1. Just a little reminder. So, and we talk about from examples from the fats, that's your oils, your nuts, dark chocolate, kind of those things. There's, those are kind of the big staples, but they're always, the list goes on and on essentially. So you could use stuff that's what you prefer in your diet. So now that we broke down everything, in regards to actually calculating the calories itself, you have to understand again your plan, because I can't tell you to do 80 grams of this, 40 grams of this. It's like a math equation. You have to understand what you're eating in a day, and then you break it down step by step. So the way you break it down step by step, for example, say if I am at my maintenance calories at 2,000, I want to do a lean bulk, so I'm going to be at 2,300. Here's exactly how I do it. I'd aim anywhere, if I'm doing a lean bulk, I'd keep my protein around 1 gram per body weight. So that would mean essentially, I mean, guys, my mental math is going to be in range because I'm not the best at mental math with some complex numbers, but I'll try to do my best. So if we're doing, this, we're figuring out our macros and calories, here's exactly how to do it. So we'd stick the protein exactly at 1 gram, and I weigh, say, example, for 150 pounds, that would be 150 grams. We do the 150 grams times 4, and that gave us 600. Now, for our fat, we use anywhere between a 20 to 30% ratio. So we do maybe 25 to 30% times 9. Again, I'm just ballparking, maybe 800 that is. So around that, so say 800. We take, originally we're at 16, we're at the 600, so that gives us 1500, and then we have 500 calories divided by 4 to give us the remaining carb amounts, and those are our base macros. And then what we do is we split that out for the day. So those are our macros for the day. So say we have, for example, just to make it easy, 100 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat. Then we make sure our meals are sufficient to those macros. So then you use MyFitnessPal and really see how you play around. It's like a math equation. It's like a little puzzle you got to figure out. But do it with all your essential favorite foods, but make sure you hit your base macros each day. I don't want to make it too complex, too boring. I hope that gives you a better understanding. And that's exactly how you go about it. And then as time progresses, you'll see how your body adapts and you make the specific changes. Maybe if you're bloating too much, I'll cut down your carbs. Maybe if you're feeling too hungry, what I do is resort to higher volume foods, maybe more fruits and more vegetables with less calories. If essentially the diet I have is, if I'm trying to lose fat, I'd probably increase my water intake and again do the high volume foods to suppress my appetite. These are just small things that you could do as you adjust and as you learn, and essentially as you go throughout your plan and creating your specific meal plan, because we know the meal plan is essentially 80% of the work and the training is 20. You want someone to essentially show you the ropes and to really give you the ability to do this at 10x the speed, to learn from their tips, their tricks, exactly everything they did in their journey to give you the results you want, not in years but months. You're speaking to that guy. So I mean, but of course, guys, I'm not gonna come here and pitch you. That's not my goal of the channel. My goal of the channel is to really just change lives and to really do everything I can to have an impact in your life. And if you could take anything that's actionable out of this video and implement in your life, that means it means the world to me, essentially. Thank you again for watching a video. I hope this kind of gave you a lot of value, essentially, and make sure to check out the other videos. I kind of touch on a variety of topics after achieving my dream physique, to really give back and to really show people that it's more achievable, more attainable, more realistic than you think. You just need the necessary information and skill sets to get you there. So again, guys, thank you for watching another great video on the channel. I hope I answered all your questions. Again, guys, if you're new to the channel or if you've been to the channel, please make sure you give me that thumbs up. You click that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button just to see that stuff like this really allows me to understand what content you want more of. As always, guys, please comment down below the favorite part of your video, what you're going to start implementing today, so I can see exactly some of the stuff that's stuck, and to really give me a better perspective of stuff that's really working and it's really going to help you get to your dream body quicker. So guys, thank you again for watching another great video on the channel, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next one.